Even though some of them are fails because the money is in there, it fails at one moment. Someone has to decide the money is really gone and that the evidence is enough. Today, that decision lives inside the law office or a platform reviews queue, and the AI just has to trust that it happened correctly, right? This is why we beat last switch, right? It moves that decision into a smart contract on Somnia. I'm going to walk you through the video, right? So by the end of this video, I'm going to show you how a funded will we go through from a trigger check to an autonomous payout verified by agent, gated on chain, and you can read every step, right? Let's talk about the previous solutions or approach or workaround around this particular problem. One of them is the dead man switch, right? But the thing is this, a dead man switch can only show that somebody has gone quiet, but not if or cannot be certain that it is true. Another approach is a custodial vault that can hold vault, right? But neither of them can prove that, and neither can tell the heir why it released or did not. The decisive judgment stays hidden behind a person or a platform. So the question for last switch is now, right? Can that judgment be made external? Can the evidence be made external, public, and with no human operator in the loop, right? So I'm going to walk you through how it works in our application, right? So I'm going to open the desk, right? So this is the overview of how the application works, right? And this is where the testator, the testator is always creating the will, right? In the case they die or something happened to them, right? So here's the testator side. While they are alive, what they can do is they can fund the will. They can come here, click on the create. So this is where the testator comes. While they are alive, they fund the will. And they can name an heir, they can name an obituary source, right? Or a dossier, they pin it down, where the evidence live, right? So it could be a question, and then the question to ask, and the minimum confidence bar to clear, right? So I can just for some information, I'm going to just quickly pump this in, right? And just be quickly fast about that. I've already prepared a particular contract for us, so that because I ensure that I deployed it in a later day for the demo purposes, right? So it's on the demo mode. I ensure that the heartbeat is just one day. I'm just going to open it. You can see there's a real transaction. But if I click on it, you can see there's a real transaction on Shannon. Yeah, so you see that. So you can see that the real transaction, right? So this is the application here. You see the obituary source, the address, the dormancy period, the heartbeat, right? I ensure that so this is the last heartbeat. I just ensure that so that for the demo purposes, right? So once the heartbeat elapses, right? So that means that the verification is permissionless. I've started it here, so just click on next step, right? Anyone can pay the deposit, right, and trigger it. And this is the part that only works on Somnia, right? I'm just going to set 0-1, and then I'm going to trigger the what you can see is triggering. Then it's going to create a transaction for us, and then I can sign the transaction. And I'm going to confirm it, right? See, you can see that it is submitted to Shannon, right? That single transaction finds out 9 agent legs at once, right? 2 past website legs that scrape the obituary and vote under a 2 of 3 majority, right? 6 JSON dossier legs, right? That means the name, the death flag, the aliases, corroborating source, evidence cause, age drift, and 1 LLM leg scoring confidence from 0 to 100, right? So we're like, oh, how confident are we on this particular decision, right? So it says real open because this person is definitely not dead, right? Every one of those comes back as a callback. The contract writes into its own state. The evidence isn't told to the contract asks for it. Now the contract checks the outgate itself on chain. The obituary confirmed, a non-zero age, so you can see that here. You can see, look at all of the instructions, you can see that here, right? A dead flag, at least 1 aliases. You see, the dead flag, canonical name, at least non-aliases, right? These are all transactions. See, these are all transactions with receipts, right? An average, you can see that. An average evidence scores 70, right? And age drift within 3 years. If those pass, it doesn't hand control to a woman. It runs a reasoning stage, right? So first, right, an LLM valid, is it confirmed or rejected, or it fails? Yeah, it has failed, right? For no reason. Then a tier review where the model cannot move funds. It can only call 3 explicit on-chain tools. Record evidence, which it has done here. Mark the review ready and queue the payout. See, it has recorded the evidence. You have the audit trail. It has recorded it here, right? Only when that review marks itself ready and returns a stop does the will turn confirmed. The autonomy is real, but it unrails the contract defined. Confirmed is the only state where the heir can hard, not the testator, not an operator, the heir alone. So that's the full part. A trigger check becomes gathered evidence. It becomes a score judgment, becomes an autonomous settlement, becomes a payout, and it never left the chain. And none of this is a black box. The contract is deployed on source, and contract is deployed and source on the Shannon Explorer. Here, the gates, the engine called the tool surfaces, all readable. So they don't need to click on faith. The evidence, the judgment, and the payout are all on chain, and the code behind them is right there to read. So a contract that can't say the word, asking the word a question, and settling on the answer in public. The will is just the first thing you can build on that. We have other multiple test projects. So I have Nerve, right? This is the price that I have last week. I have Promise Bound, I have CV Bounty, I have Ground Vesting, and I have Achievement Bounty. Thank you.